What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your latest episode of Married with Knowledge. I am your host, Terry, and I have the honor today to be hosting with my uncle, Mr. Clemont Brown.
What's up, everybody? What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on?
So yeah, it's as you all may know, those who tune in, it's been a while since we shot an episode. But we're back. And you will see us more often. Because we do like to share our stories, you know what I'm saying, our struggles, our experiences, and we just hope that it can help someone, guide someone into developing or maintaining that healthy relationship that you must put God first. Because that's what we want to do. You know what I mean? I know me, I'm getting older. That's my uncle. I've always looked up to him in his marriage and what he has going on. So I definitely wanted to make sure I link with him so we can get that advice out there, man. But one thing that was on my mind today, man, that I talked to you about, was you know, you look at a relationship, whether it's marriage, whether you're engaged, longtime girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be. From the outside looking in, it may look like to other people that your relationship is all peaches and cream. Like you got it going on, like you have no struggles. But as you may know, that is far from the case.
Definitely.
And I don't care how good your relationship, your marriage is, everybody has those bumps in the road, those disagreements, or what I mean, where it ain't always all good. So I just want you to touch on real quick what it's like, to run into something and what it takes to get over it and not let it turn into a big thing.
Well, Terry, the thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me start the co-host. I
Yes,
think
sir.
it's going to be a great partnership. For one, I just want everybody to know that you know no relationship is perfect. Um, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be some sliding, some slipping and sliding in your relationship, but it depends how you handle it. Um, I've been married for going on my 35th year of marriage. And, everybody sees me and my wife, and we know that, we all look like everything is perfect and great. But even in 34 years of marriage, um, you know, we have our disagreements. I always tell people, one of the main things I do to make sure that even when we aren't on the same page, I don't involve nobody else in my relationship.
Yes,
I go
sir.
to God. I pray about it, talk and only talk to her. Because when you start telling people stuff about your mate or your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, the people that you're telling are going to start disliking that person. And then when you get back with them, they still disliking them and trying to figure out how you getting back with them.
Now
But
it's awkward.
but one thing I want to say, just remember in a disagreement or an argument, whatever you want to call it, remember the disagreement is the problem. And I was talking to Terry earlier. Remember, the problem is not you and your spouse or you and your mate. The problem is the problem. And what you got to do, you got to become teammates to solve that problem. Don't make it bigger than what it is. See, some people, they shut down. They don't want to talk about
Mhm.
it at that time. But you got to figure out what's becoming one and handling the problem is way better than trying to each one of y'all taking an individual stand and trying to figure out who's right.
Yeah, communication, man. That's
Yes, you got
that's
to
that's
communicate.
something I learned. Because I was one. Listen here, this ain't my first rodeo. You know what I mean? I went through it. Um, Told myself I never do it again, and here I am. But what that did was it allowed me to grow. And today I sit here confident that I'm like one of the greatest communicators when it comes
Oh,
to a relationship, because no matter how big or small you may think an issue is or a disagreement is, you want to talk that out. You know what I'm saying? Take accountability. That's another word that is it's on our refrigerator. It's on our
Um,
board. You know what I mean? Accountability. If you do it, hey, listen, everybody messes up. Players mess up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to take accountability for whatever it is you did, and that's the first step of getting over it. And if it's something small, listen, you bring it to the table and you talk it out. Guess what? It don't leave from that table. It
right.
right there. You know what I mean? As opposed to, like you said, here I go to. I ain't apologizing. You know what I'm saying, girl? So I just ain't gonna say nothing to him. That's that petty stuff, man.
Yes.
That turns toxic.
Very
I
toxic.
know some people love toxic, man, but I know us in our OA, we too old to be going through these toxic things. Man.
Listen, man. I'm telling you, just the funny thing is, I touched on it, I think a week ago. People have to learn to take accountability for themselves. When you're having a disagreement, step back and say, what did I do to cause this? What can I have done to maybe done or say that wouldn't even get this disagreement going? I'm putting out there, I'm being transparent. The other day, I'm talking to my wife, and I guess I've been a little snappy for the last couple of days, and I didn't know. I swear. I'm thinking it's normal. And she said, yo, we got alpha male wives. They tell us how it is. She said, yo, what's going on with you? I'm like, what's going on with me? She said, yo, you've been snappy lately. And I'm like, whatever. I ain't trying to hear that, But now I thought about it. And before we went to bed, I came back to her. I said, honey, I really didn't know I was doing that, but I'm going to work on it this week.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm coming back normal, not snapping. Because she felt like that.
Going through.
Right.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
felt like every little thing that she said, I was like snapping real quick. And those are small, new things that you go through. But, I'm glad she speaks her mind. I'm glad we got women at least tell us, yo, what's
once I hear that you good,
yeah,
I gotta think like, am I really good? Because if I'm not, I better tell her right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's okay not to be good.
Yeah.
You lucky to have one that asks you questions. You know what I'm saying?
And,
Ask you how you feeling.
Listen, and they try
what
to
you going through.
They trying to figure out what's happening. Because they need to know whether they can help you, what we can do to make it better. So I mean, like I said, everybody goes through stuff. It's nobody that doesn't go through something in their relationship. And when you talk about toxic, it's a lot of people out there who live on that toxic life. And if they're not arguing or fighting, they feel they're not being loved. I don't want that kind of love. I don't want that everyday argument, that everyday fighting. It's just
There's
not
a lot of
working.
different ways you can show me you love me.
Oh
baby.
my God, yeah. But it's a lot of communication. Marriage is not faint for the heart, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. See, people don't. I tell people it's easy to fall in love, but it's hard to be partners. See, everybody don't want to put their pride aside or their selfishness aside to become one and work things out and talk through things. It's always the man run the household. Yeah, I do run my household, but I want my wife to be able to say how she feeling, what she's thinking, because it's been decisions that she made that after I said I was going to do something, and she said, no, let's try it like this. And it don't work way better than what I was trying to do. If you so, man, a household and she can't tell you nothing, that's a lonely road to go down.
Yeah, I mean,
make all the decisions.
Like you said, man, we have we're blessed with some alphas. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to be okay with just falling back and just letting them lead at time. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean they do the manly duties and hold it down, but it's okay to allow them to lead, man, because when you got you a smart one, man, you better sit there, because when you get in a relationship, right, you're supposed to pinpoint, okay, these are her flaws. And at the same time, these are his flaws.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able, instead of comparing what you could do for each other, compare your flaws.
Right.
Because if you could cover my flaws and I could cover your flaws, guess what? our relationship, there ain't many flaws.
You're right. You're definitely
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So it's just the mindset of how you go about looking at another person and what you look for in a person. You know what I mean? But again, at this point in age, you know what I'm saying? I come with wisdom, I come with age, I come with experience. So I can see why the younger generation wouldn't be able to relate to what I gotta say, because it is, this dating pool is hard out here, man. It's, listen,
Whew.
it's the worst. I say it all the time to my kids. You know what I'm saying? I pray for them because listen, it's hard trying to find someone, you know what I'm saying, to trust and to love and to live life with nowadays, man. Because like you said, that 50-50 talk and all of that, man, listen, man, this world is messed up, man. Like, I'm not even going to jump into that rabbit hole about the 50-50 conversation. We would definitely save that for another day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you know
You
what I
get my
love about it,
drift.
and this is what I love about you and your wife, and I'm gonna say a couple names: Quinn Smith and his wife. I see two young couples, and I love watching y'all. Not only are y'all committed to each other, y'all committed to building, making generational wealth for your kids, doing things that's going to elevate y'all. And see, that's what's wrong with the relationships now. You know, they don't, you're supposed to be in a relationship. You're supposed to take the baggage that they're bringing, slightly unpack it every now and then until y'all can make one better. See, that's what's wrong with it. You know, everyone wants that 50-50. I need a, see, in relationships, I want a woman who's going to make me better. That's what men really fall in love with. Women who makes them better.
No, for real.
You know, who's not nagging, who only wants to spin, who only wants to know. They wants to elevate each other and go on trips, get businesses, buy houses, flip them, you know, fix the house up, whatever that's going on. That's how you elevate your relationship.
For real.
And
And it's
people don't
okay to
realize
have
that.
fun. You know what I mean? I know you definitely ain't telling nobody not to have fun. Listen, go to the club, get turned up, get your twerk on. Listen, do all the above.
Listen, and
But
me and my wife,
stick to what's important.
that's nearly six. My wife's 63. We at the club sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I be
we
seeing
go,
y'all. Oh yeah, I be
we
seeing
go
y'all. You be
just to
cutting
have
up.
fun and
You
just to
be cutting
enjoy
up
and
too,
dance.
Unc. I be seeing you. You be
Right.
cutting up.
Listen, man, and you have to do that. You have to do that. Listen, we'll get up on a Sunday in football season and go to brunch at the, we call it the one of the clubs up here. They have football, they have karaoke, they have line dancing. It gets backstage, it's called. We have a ball. I'm
Yeah,
telling
man,
you,
you
got to get out the house and enjoy one another. Dance.
Listen,
you know.
that's the key. That's the key part of growing your relationship as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just gotta keep finding different ways to fall in love with your person, man. Because listen, we're human, we grow, we get older, our likes change, our needs change, and you know what I'm saying? And while all that's changing, no, you're not supposed to go look for somebody else to cater to that. You're supposed to know your person and be able to fulfill their new needs. You know what I mean? Like, it's all
What it
about
is,
growth. You know what I mean?
we fall in love as humans. We fall in love with the original virgin.
Yeah.
And life is changing.
Yeah.
Things change in your life. You know what I'm saying? You got to elevate and you know, you got to reboot that disc sometime and make sure that, you know, you are adapting to the changes that happen in your life. See, people always want to leave what's good because they don't want to work at it and go get something worse.
Yeah. They're afraid of change. You know what I
That's
mean?
what it is.
People rather start all over again than just change and grow a little bit and reach another level. Like, but people scared of that little struggle part. You know what I'm saying? Before you reach that level, there's always that part where, you know what I'm saying, you might struggle a little bit. But
well, you know what I'd say, you know, people fall in love with that honeymoon stage.
yeah.
See, after that year or two of marriage, the real life start kicking in. You know, and my thing is, you know, I do pay most of the bills in my house, but it's sometimes that I had to take care of something and it's short. My wife don't skip a beat with Kate taking care of it. You know, it don't be 50-50, it could be 70-80, I mean 70-30, 80-20, 100-0.
Man, listen, it ain't a
changes.
number for me. It's a commitment. You know what I mean? Like, you can have it all because I know you know what to do with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm benefiting from it, and I know I'm never gonna go without. So
There you go.
you can have it all. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a good money manager. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, it's always money there. Oh yeah, here,
But
shoot, and
people
you
don't
put some
realize,
away for me.
yeah, the money don't make you happy.
It don't. Listen,
Ooh,
it do
that's
not.
another
It do
story.
not. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's who I'm sharing it with that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure, my wife will go all in for me. So,
Yeah.
I'm guaranteed that. So I realize that, I know she's gonna have my back, and I'm never gonna have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. For real.
So,
I mean, that's why you chose her. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
That's what you signed up for, because once you find that one, you know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
All that little lust, that little you get you some, and oh, I really like, nah, when
Well,
real
see,
life hit, that's when you know if you got a real one or not.
well, listen, but
You know what
intimacy,
I'm saying?
intimacy is more than just sex, and that's why I tell these young
Yes,
guys, they be
sir.
laughing at me. Listen,
Yes,
man,
sir.
sitting on the
Mm-mm.
couch, holding hands, watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
you laying your head in her lap, she playing in
Mm-hmm.
your hair while y'all talking.
For
It's a
real.
lot of different ways to have intimacy,
Listen,
and
I'm all on
it-
social media, rubbing feet, and
yeah,
and
yeah,
and, and it's nothing that I even planned on doing. It's
right,
just in the moment, your feet happen to be on me. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm doing my own thing over here. And listen, little
They
things
don't
like that,
understand,
man,
man.
is what keep the spark, man, and keep giving them that reassurance, man. Because come on now, the
Yeah.
women love the reassurance. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
They
they
wanna
do.
they wanna
Affirmation.
know that you love them just as much as you did when you first fell in love with
That's
them. You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what
So
I tell people. Even in 30, 35 years, I haven't come complacent. I still
mhm.
date my wife. I still take her
Yes.
lunch. I still take her
Mhm.
flowers, even though she don't like flowers like she used to, but I still try.
Yeah.
I'm still showing up at the job at her lunchtime. She got lunch at work. I'm saying, "Hello, let's go get some Subway. Let's go talk. Let me see how your day going." People don't realize
Mhm.
that it's the small things that make a woman feel like you appreciate them. Listen,
For
that's why I'm
real.
saying when you're doing stuff that's right, the small, minor disagreements you have is nothing.
Nothing.
Y'all know how to maneuver your way through it.
Mhm.
So it's I'm y'all just don't understand. I'm at awe watching some of you young guys who are married and doing it right. I'm just saying, wow. I didn't
Mhm.
have a father figure in my life to show me that. So I made a promise to myself that I wanted to show my kids what a good man, a
Mhm.
good father, and a good husband was. That was
And you
just
do a good
that's
job,
my
man.
mindset. Thank you. That was just my
You do a
mindset.
good job.
And I wouldn't trade this for nothing in the world. What I've been through with my wife. I mean, people don't realize we done had 3 or 4 houses already. We done moved, uprooted ourselves where we
Yeah.
was comfortable, moved to Atlanta. We
Mhm.
people don't realize we got here and the pandemic hit. I had to stay in the house for 2 years almost.
Mm.
And what I tell people, and they laugh at me and my wife got so much closer in them 2 years of just sitting in the house and not having nowhere to go. We cooked together. Netflix,
Mhm.
Netflix and chill. We was watching series after series, and it was
I
it
think everybody
right,
was to the
right.
pandemic.
Scrabble. We played Scrabble. We played Uno. We did it all. We
Yeah.
just enjoyed each other's
Yeah.
company, and we even went back to school together and took online classes and was
Wow.
helping each other with homework. It's the way you handle things that
Mhm.
get you through.
For real. I know. I'm a spend that time, and I'm taking you out. I'm a
Oh
date
yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? We have it to where we both work for the school district, so we actually work in the same office.
Okay.
So you should see me sneaking flowers in all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Walking in with lunch all the time. Like and other people notice it. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm like, man, this is what I do. I'm not doing this to be noticed from you or you. This
Right.
is just, you know what I mean? This is the way I show my appreciation.
Yeah.
But I know too much about making sure you're gonna get them flowers, get that
Right.
reassurance, you know what I mean? All of that.
Well, that's the most important thing. See, too many, like I said, too many people get complacent. They've been together a long time. Now they're not talking to each other. And we touched on it on the last podcast we had, that emotional homelessness. when you feel you can't talk to your spouse, that goes for women and men.
Yeah,
That's a sad place to be, where
for
you
real.
sitting at home with the one you love and y'all not even communicating. Y'all sleeping in separate rooms. Y'all not talking because y'all mad. That's
Yeah.
terrible. I don't want that in my life. I don't want that.
And to me me being transparent, you know, I've been through that, but I probably was also a person that put somebody through that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's an area, one of the areas where, you know, I knew I had to grow when it was time for me to move on and then look in the mirror like, okay, if you're gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you doing your part. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't go looking for something you can't provide. You know what I mean? Like, and you get a lot of that nowadays. You know what I mean? You're going to look for the man making six figures and driving the Mercedes and all of this, and you sitting here, you're a CNA, and no shot to the CNAs or anything, but I'm
No.
just saying, you know what I'm
Right. I
saying?
know what you're saying.
Your standards are here, but you're not there. So
Well, you know, they always talk about there's no good men out here, but you passing them up, trying to get
yeah.
the dude with the fast money and driving a nice car.
Yes.
Yet he got 3 or 4 women, and you trying to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's I don't understand. The same with men. They passing up
Oh yeah.
these good women because they
What? Listen here, my fella, my lot. Thank you. Listen, I got a joke with her all the time. I was like, man, whoever fumbled you, thank you.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
thank you. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
and I'm not being funny though. So, you know, everybody know my wife. A lot of people know my wife got married before when she got out of high school, and it only lasted a year. But I know the guy. He's dating somebody we know, and they were at my second wedding, and I don't know what made me do it. It's the funniest thing. I thanked him. I said,
Yes,
"Thank you
sir.
for fumbling this, dude." Everybody looking at me like I'm like, "Yo,
Thank
listen,
you.
thank you, bro."
If it wasn't for you,
I
I would
would be in a
be.
predicament. Listen, man, I done been through some of them bad relationships. I know, man. You know, I know how it goes. And when I found her, and you know, and when you find a woman who has your back and willing to this share life with you and be there for you,
Elevate
you
you and
know,
just
elevate
push
you,
you. You know what I
push you
mean?
even more.
Don't
You
she
know,
don't let you be complacent
right?
with yourself. Like she
Always
wants success
challenging
for
you,
you more than
right?
you want. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's the best,
Because if
That's
it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have went back to college.
yeah.
I never graduated college. I went after I went to 1 year of college. I went straight to Kodak. I worked 20 some years at Kodak. I wasn't thinking about no college, but when I came to
Right.
Atlanta and things, I wanted her to open up her preschool again. I went back to school to show her I'm willing to put in the work
Yeah.
so you can do it. You know. So I mean, when they elevate you, you become much better. I see you went and got
Yeah.
degrees and did everything you had to do.
Oh yeah.
That's because we have women who push us and they want to see us be great.
Yes, sir. For real. And listen, there's no better feeling than having a supportive woman, man. Like
Right.
it'll take you to different. I was gonna say while you were saying it, you know what I'm saying, all the good men getting passed up, but all it takes is for you to just help give that good man some help.
Yes.
Watch him be driving watch him exceed your
Right.
expectations. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like I might be in this position right now, but it might only take a good woman to get me
Right.
a certain, you know what I'm saying? And you know, my boy DB.
Right.
I used to tell DB forever. You know what I'm saying? When the first one was over, I said, man, I better not ever find a good one, man, because if I get a good one, it's over. Like
Yeah.
sky's the limit. And you know, me and him talk all the time, and he bring that up. He was like, man, because he was the first one to co-sign my wife. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm like, yo, who is this? You know her? He was like, Terry, that's a good girl. I'm
Yeah.
like, man,
See?
whatever. You know, here arrogant me, man, whatever. He's like, no, she's really a good girl. Like,
Yeah.
she's one. He's like, not even being funny, but that's wifey material.
Right. There you go.
And you know, once he gave me that cosign, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? That's good that you know, my right hand
Right.
you know what I'm saying? No, because I didn't know her.
But my thing is, he he knew the potential in her, and he knew the potential in you.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
needed two people with good potential was going to go. See,
Mhm.
that's what's wrong with the women also. They see a man with good potential, but they don't want to be a part of that, making him better.
Grind, man. The grind,
They
man.
think he should have to come already
Yeah.
established. But what they
Ah.
don't know is the men that are established aren't looking for a woman who sees the potential in him. He looking
Mhm.
for a baddie who he
Yeah.
think got a little paper too.
Yeah.
She an RN and she nah.
Mhm.
It's what you see, man. You have to learn and get to know somebody first. Don't just pass them up because you think they just a regular dude, or
Right.
you don't see him out there like that. Nah, they might be working on something, or trying to get their life together, trying to find a great woman. And I
Mhm.
tell my boys all the time, listen, you got to find you a nice one. You done been through. I done seen you been through some crazy relationships. Move on. But you want them to guide themselves through,
Yeah.
and make it through. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my son Clemont the third. I watched him date and date, and he was about to give up. And guess what? He found a nice one.
Oh,
We
wow.
found a nice one down in North Carolina, I'm encouraging it. Keep it going, bro. Treat her
Mhm.
good, and even her family. Because we done got together, family. They told her, I see his family. I see him. Don't drop that ball with him, because they see the potential in him too. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you want to push him
Yeah.
in the right direction, But
Yeah.
we as couples who've been through, you've been through the good and the bad. We're here to give the knowledge and help. Maybe it can help somebody, because a lot of people are here struggling, and they feel that they stay in relationships because they think they can't find love again. It's a
Mhm.
lot that goes on in somebody help in their head. So as for us, we need to, what we doing now, give them a little knowledge so they can see that anything is possible on
Mhm.
both levels coming in.
Man, you know what church was about yesterday? And remember, we were supposed to record yesterday.
Right.
So I'm in church, man, first thing in the morning, and the message was about nobody is supposed to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you open that book, you
Right.
open that Bible, and it says in there,
Uh-huh.
he made us for someone. You know what I
Right.
mean? Everybody's supposed to be with someone. And I'm like, everybody out here trying to, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It ain't supposed to be like that. Trust me. Yeah, you can get by. A
Yeah.
lot of people happy
Yeah.
doing it. No knock to you. God bless you. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
it wasn't meant to be that way. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like with someone that you can get way further than
Yeah.
you
But
know.
they a lot of them talk all that junk, but believe me, they wish they had somebody they could come home to, who's there for them, go to bed at night and hug and snuggle and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And it's just like I said, when men and women get past that, we got to be having sex 24/7 and all that. Nah, it's more than a relationship like
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
know, I I was just watching something, and I don't know whether it was on TikTok or was something. It said, I'd rather have a good 8 than a 9 or a 10. Someone that, listen, I didn't want a good 8
Yeah.
that's gonna
I
ride
think
with me.
that sound like something Uncle Shay was
Oh
saying.
yeah, Uncle Shay say, he do say something like
Give
that,
me a
but
good 8.
give me a good 8. You
I'm
know,
good on the 10.
yeah.
They too high maintenance.
High maintenance, they come with major issues, and they high demand.
Oh, man. You know
It's
why?
just it's a,
Because that 8 is gonna be a damn 10 for you if
you.
you
That's
treat
right.
her the
You
right
know.
way. I'm trying to tell you.
Especially when you've been
Yeah.
especially when you've been messing with them 4 and 5s, that 8
Yeah.
is great.
For
you know.
real. Yes,
So
sir, man. But
yeah,
as we get ready to wrap up here, um, like Unc was saying, like I was saying, don't ever look at anybody's relationship and think they got the perfect thing going on. It's not realistic. I don't care who you are. I mean, just turn your TV on. Look at all the famous people, the people that everyone looks up to. They
Mhm.
have the most problems. They got all this money in the world, and they got the most problems. So how do you think the middle class, the lower class, how you think they getting through? You know what I mean? They're not just flowing through traffic, man. They definitely got their jams here and there.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, I'll let you, wrap things up.
Well, I just want to say, like me and Terry was saying, don't look at nobody else's relationship. Everybody's relationship is unique. They have built something, they're working on something, they even going through something, but they making it work for them. What you see with them might not be for you, So when you find somebody, communicate, talk. I believe that when you first meet somebody, tell them your likes and your dislikes, what you expect, what you don't expect, and give them the option to say, "Oh yeah, I'm on the same page as you," or "I don't think I'm ready for that relationship." But talk, tell somebody what you want, what you need, and what you like. There's no perfect religion. Only perfect thing I know is God,
Hmm.
and and we go to Him when we struggling. That's why you look at me, Uncle Clee, and Aunt Regina, and y'all say, "Ooh, they got that perfect relationship." We go through little issues every now and then too, and being transparent, I probably cause more the issues than she do, but because it's just
Oh
me being
yeah.
hard headed and man. But she stick by me and she tells me, I don't like that, honey. I don't like what you just said or what you just did or how you doing it. And I respect her because I need somebody to hold me accountable, like I hold her accountable. So remember, focus on you and yours, nobody else's.
Yes, sir. Well, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back next week with a new
Yes.
episode. Remember, always put God first in everything that you do, and everything else will follow through. Married with knowledge. Thank y'all for watching.